everyone, and welcome to another movie review on The Green Screen. Today we're going to be reviewing a movie called Fatal Affair, and it was just recently released by Netflix. So let's get to it. So the movie follows this lawyer, Ellie, and her move from the city to out of the city to more of the beach area. And she is this big-time lawyer who's working on this huge case for her firm, and that's how she meets up with her old college friend, David. Now we find out that David is this amazing hacker, and that's why they needed him on this particular case. The film is all about their little entanglement and how he just can't seem to get enough of her, so he's like stalking her and doing all of this crazy stuff. And you'll find out more about that in the film itself. I'm not gonna give too many spoilers away. So now I just want to go on to the movie review, and I'm going to be talking about the plot, talk about the music, as well as the camera work and visuals. I wouldn't say that the narrative of the story was very complex. You have Ellie, the main character, who we're focusing this whole story on. She's the one who's trying to get away from this obsessive old friend. Obsessed Mariah Carey. Why are you so obsessed with me? You know, I can't play that song because copyright. Well, his obsession becomes so vast that we learn about his past and also his effects on the people that she loves, like her daughter, her best friend, her husband, and even her daughter's boyfriend. Like, this guy, he did too much. The name of the movie is Fatal Affair. I get that fatal being David is this psycho who just will go to any lengths to do whatever he has to get Ellie. But an affair is such a strong word, and I really don't think that what happened in the nightclub was an affair, because it was a one-night incomplete stand, in my opinion. But I'd be happy to discuss with you in the comments, what do you think it is? The music in this film was not complimentary to the work that's been done here. Everything made me feel as though I was watching a low-budget Lifetime movie, and that's just exactly how that music vibe was. The one song that I did like was Forget Me Nots. I'm a huge oldies music fan, so I was definitely doing a little jam session during that part. But other than that, the ocean sound was pretty good because, you know, they are out of the city and close to the ocean, so it made sense for them to have the ocean noise there as well. So that was a great representation of that. But in terms of the music that would complement the scenes that were very suspenseful, I felt that they could have done a little bit more to really keep me on my toes. There are certain sounds that makes your heart start beating faster, or you're leaning closer into the screen. And well, I just didn't get that vibe from the music that was in the film. Also, the song that they use in terms of the slow dance, I don't even know what to say to that. There are so many songs or even free music out there that would have been so much better than what they used for that slow dancing song. They tried. The visuals definitely made sense in this film. You know, you had the office setting that was in the city, the office setting that was out of the city, the beach home. I just want to point out that that kitchen, that is like my dream kitchen right there. Absolutely beautiful. Literally in all the scenes, I was just like, wow, this kitchen, it's so nice. Like, ooh. In terms of the camera work, whenever the camera takes us to David's perspective, where we, the audience, sees what he sees, it seems to me like it was a handheld shot, and it took away from the creepiness that the stalking had on David's part. So I am gonna have one quick spoiler, and it starts in 3, 2, 1. After the little situation that Ellie and David had at the club, she got her senses and she just started avoiding all of his calls and text messages. And I'm watching this part like, do you not know how to block? Because that's the thing. And as soon as I said that, boom, she blocked his number. And I was like, you go, sis. Of course, Ellie was ignoring all of David's calls and messages. He starts to pursue her friend Courtney. So Courtney and Ellie have been friends for years, and it so happens that Courtney and David end up going to Ellie's house for dinner. It was just supposed to be Courtney, but David came along as her +1. So it was very awkward for Ellie after that whole situation happened at the club. She told him, like, don't talk to me anymore, like, don't reach out to me, and now you show up at my house with my best friend. the lengths this man went through, guys. It was ridiculous. Very messy. Anyways, so a few days later after the meal at Ellie's house, Courtney stormed into Ellie's office talking about how David expressed that Ellie was the one who wanted this big time affair and she didn't want to let him go, especially when he started pursuing Courtney. And Ellie was like, what type mess is going on? Like, where did you get this information? And Courtney wasn't even letting her explain anything. She was just like, no, you are the psycho. You are not who you say you are. And Ellie was just like, so you mean to tell me this guy who you just met versus me who you've known for years, he trumps everything that we've done together? And again, this is another example of these movies just having these unrealistic friendships. Because I don't know about you guys, but my friend would at least give me the benefit of the doubt to explain the situation, give my perspective, like, let's talk about this. We are grown adults. That was a childlike tantrum. I understand that you are upset. Okay, that's fine. But you've known this guy for like 5 seconds and you've known Ellie for years. I don't know what to say. Okay, one more spoiler. So in the movie, David breaks into Ellie's home and he goes through her underwear drawer. Very creepy. So he takes out this lingerie and I was just like, okay, you know, very weird. But here's what really got me. So he was still together with Courtney at this point and he regifted the lingerie that was in Ellie's house for Courtney to wear. And I'm just like, this man has no shame. No shame, and he is... I have no words for whatever that regifting thing was, but I definitely was in there like, David, you're messy. You're real messy. He could have at least went to the store and bought a similar one. Something that looked exactly like the one he was touching at Ellie's house. But no, he just had to go and regift it. Wow. Just wow. One thing I'd say when watching this movie is that everything that David did, it reminded me of this book I read as a child. It's called No David No by David Shannon. And everything that David was doing in this movie, I was just like,
no, David, no!
What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, so I know I said just one more spoiler, but I really mean just one more spoiler. And I'm not really sure how this fits in with the plot, but I just have to talk about it. So Ellie's daughter comes home for fall break from university and she walks through the door with her suitcase and leaves the front door open and just keeps on walking. And I'm like, do we not close the front door around here? Is your town that safe for you to just leave your door wide open like that? Because I don't see that happening. Like, that just wasn't realistic to me. I feel like she probably forgot that one little action in that scene. So there were a lot of things that could have been done better in this film. The acting was just very predictable, and like I said, the music was not really fitting to what the scenes were trying to portray. That being said, I'm gonna give this film a rating of a C-. It gave me Lifetime movie vibes, and I know that there are some Lifetime movie shows that are good, but this was not one of them. Thanks for watching another Green review. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to hear your comments and your reviews of the movie as well.